Hi, Abracidarian class. Are you well? I hope you're well and you're home with your family right where you should be. I am so sorry we can't meet in person, but the good news is that we have amazing technology that lets us still feel really connected. And so this is just an intro and a hello as you start on week 21 of our Classical Conversations year. We've got great things happening this week. We'll be listening to the music of the incredible composer Beethoven. As you listen to some of the music he composed, watch for the instrument families like the strings and the woodwinds and the brass and the percussion. Watch the conductor and how he draws the music out and leads with verve. So enjoy that music. We are also going to be working on another engineering construction project, right? We've already done a couple of things. We've folded paper airplanes and measured those flight distances. That was fun. We also constructed bridges out of toothpicks and marshmallows. We were trying to support coffee creamers. Did we succeed? I'm not sure. This week we're going to be building towers. And I'm so excited. This is a really fun project that you can do. Maybe you can do it a couple of times at home with your family this week. You can build them out of anything. You can build them out of Legos or blocks or toothpicks and marshmallows. You can try that again. In our house, I think we're going to be building them out of books because we've got a lot of those. I would love to see what you build. I would love to get a picture of your project before it crashes. So if you can, take a picture and send it to me. You can send it, you can text it, you can send it via email, you can post it to our Albany Classical Conversations Facebook page, and we can feel more connected in that way. So again, I'm sorry I can't be with you in person. Today, I would like to read a book. I have a book checked out from the Albany Library before it closed that I was planning on reading either in class for this week or to the play camp kiddos. So I'm going to read it here and we'll just have a little story time. Okay, this is Iggy Peck, Architect by Andrea Beatty, illustrated by David Roberts. I'm going to try and get the illustrations in because they really are so funny and add so much to the story. Iggy Peck, Architect. Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour using nothing but diapers and glue. Good gracious, Ignatius! His mother exclaimed, "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen." But her smile faded fast as a light wind blew past, and she realized those diapers weren't clean. "Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty. It stinks." But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn using dirt clods to build a great sphinx. I'm not too sure about those neighbors. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels from peaches and apples and temples from modeling clay. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye and out on the porch built the St. Louis Arch from pancakes and coconut pie. Dear Ig had it made until 2nd grade, when his teacher was Miss Lila Greer. On the very first day, she had this to say: "We do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque, I couldn't care less about buildings, ancient or new." She said in her lecture about architecture, it had no place in grade 2. That might seem severe, but since she was sincere, for when she was no more than 7, she'd had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architect's tour of the 95th floor, young Lila got lost from the group. She was found 2 days later in a stuck elevator eating cheese with a French circus troupe. After that day, it's quite safe to say she thought all building lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that, above all, one ought to avoid them. No ifs, ands, or buts. As you might guess, it would cause Iggy stress to hear such terrible talk, but he didn't hear. He sat in the rear while building a castle of chalk. You, Iggy Peck, your desk is a wreck. Tear down that castle right now. You will not build in here. Is that perfectly clear? Do you need to see Principal How? No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head, and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now second grade was a bore. After 12 long days that passed in a haze of reading, writing, arithmetic, Miss Greer took the class to Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream, but they no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed, and Miss Lila Greer started to scream. "We're trapped here! Oh my! Alas, kids, goodbye!" Her eyeballs rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a vague groaning sound. Luckily fainted, not dead. The class was amazed. They stood there quite dazed, uncertain of what they should do. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan which started with Miss Lila's shoe. Soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. And when she came to, Miss Lila Greer knew that something quite brave had been done. She looked in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces. And on the far side, beaming with pride, were 17 smiling young faces. Boots, tree roots, and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which we should not mention, were stretched ridge to ridge in a glorious bridge, dangling from shoestring suspension. It all became clear to Miss Lila Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There were worse things to do when you're in good grade 2 than spend your time building a dream. Now, every week at Blue River Creek Elementary in second grade, all the school kids can hear, along with Miss Greer, how the world's greatest buildings were made. The weekly guest speaker in t-shirt and sneakers talks of buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, he's the guy who builds towers from pie. That brilliant young man, Iggy Peck. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, I miss you guys. I hope you have a great week. We'll keep in touch. I really want to see pictures of your constructions, and we'll talk soon. All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.